Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Swim Nappies 101. This is my middle son, Nathan. He's going to help me. If he gets a bit silly, he's going to go. Go to bed?
Yep.
Yes. So we've had I'm on a bit earlier only because I will be completely honest, I'm one of the families under the NDIS and there's appointments and there's just so much happening. I'm trying to be mum and do 6,000 things at once, but I want to do this for you guys. So please bear with me as I just do this a bit earlier. I expect we'll be here for about an hour or so, I reckon. So I'll natter, pop your questions up, I'll answer them. See, he's being silly now with silly faces because you can see yourself.
No.
Pop your questions up. I'll answer them as we go along. Say hello if you're there. Post me a photo if you feel like it. This is sort of Nathan's first time assisting. I'm sure the other two will come and check it out as well. So, hello, good evening. It's very strange for me to do an evening one. So, we're going to talk swim nappies. And I'm going to talk about my boys. And I wonder who they can figure out. I've got another one coming in now. Okay, here comes Alistair. Do you want to say hello? No, he's gone. No, he's gone. Hello, Alicia. I hope I say that right. Hello. See, Alicia waved. Say hi. You're a bit boring. So,
I know you have one of mine.
No, we're not showing off. All right, we're talking about swim nappies. So, do you want to move over? You can hold for me. So, swim nappies. It's getting warm. It's getting hot. Come over. Let's see first. So we're getting lots of queries again about swim nappies. The swim nappies around November start flying out the door. And then people go on and you go, oh, it's a bit like cloth nappies. There's all these different types and I don't know which one I need. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Madison. You can say hello to everyone. Say hi.
Hello.
So what I want to do is make this, just help you make a decision. That's all I want this to be. And that's what we're here for as the Cloth Nappy Doctor. That's what I'm here for, is to help you make a decision and show you different options. Hi, Dee.
Hi, Dee.
So, the first question, and the first thing, and the easiest is snap or Velcro. That's the easiest one. Snap or Velcro. Doesn't matter. Same as your nappies. Velcro is pretty good for younger bubs because you can whip it on and whip it off. All right, but if your bub doesn't like the sound of Velcro or the feel of it as it's being pulled, then snaps are pretty good. Snaps are better for older bubs because it's a bit harder to rip off. If you are going for Velcro, you need a good Velcro. Some of the really cheap Velcros with the wear and tear from chlorine and salt in the pools, it starts to disintegrate and go yucky. Now, these are the brands we have at Apopali, so I can chat about those. This is the Bummies. They have some edging around the Velcro, so it doesn't push into bub. Because as you know, the edge on Velcros can be a little bit sore, can't it? That hurt?
Ow.
Yeah. All right. So they put an edging on this part. So if you have a bub with a tummy roll, got some good padding like Nathan did when he was a bub, okay, it's going to go over. Make sure it's got a binding around it. Okay, and make sure it's a little bit wider so you can fling it on. Sometimes they do a very thin one and that can be hard to get a good fit. And if you can cross over. Okay, so please don't do that.
What?
We're being helpful, not silly, and you're getting in the way. I think you're ready for bed. Do you want to say good night?
Good night.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. Alrighty, snaps. They think they're on TV, but they're not. Alrighty, so you can get snaps. You can get, usually it's 2 rows of snaps. So this is the seedling baby. This is their Bastion print, which I love, which is from that fairy cartoon. Oh, Little Holly. Alrighty, so I'll talk about this one more in a minute. Or you can get it snapped over, it crosses over. So if you've got a little one with a really little waist, you might want it to cross over. And then these ones are the motheries and they're side snapping. So like nappies, you can decide if you want side snappings. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to go through some of the questions. Joni asked, how tight should they be? Same as your nappies, 2 fingers. 2 fingers on your same shirts, pants, the whole lot. 2 fingers should fit comfortably under there. So you might get some rubbing or red marks because of the water is rubbing on the material, and if they've just done the chlorine or the salt, there might be, but it shouldn't be any tighter than fitting 2 fingers under comfortably. Okay, it's the same as your cloth nappies. Easy. Now, the inside. Now, someone's asked, can you use covers as swim nappies? So I wanted to talk about that. So I'll talk about what's in the inside of nappies. This one's a swim nappy. This one is the Motheries. It crunches up. So I want to show you some of them. It's really soft, really, really soft. And on the inside is a very fine webbing or a netting. All right. Okay, that's to catch the poos. Oh, I should have done my disclaimer at the beginning. We're going to talk about poo and a lot of poo. If you're eating dinner, I would suggest maybe just waiting. Just watch it a bit later. But I'm going to talk about poo, different types of poo, because swim nappies are designed to catch poo. They're not designed to catch wee. The wee will go through and wash out into the pools. That's okay. That's why the chemicals are there. But poos, you do not want to be the parent with the code brown and who closes down the pool. That's what we're saving for you and your child, is that embarrassment of accidentally having a code brown. So the idea is to catch a poo. Swim nappies aren't designed to contain the poo for the entire lesson, all right, unless it's a really solid nugget. Okay, the idea is you can get out, the poo's contained, you can change it, you can get your other swim nappy and on your child and get back in. That usually takes about 3-4 minutes. All right, doesn't take that long, as long as you've got the swim nappy that is easy for you. Alrighty, so swim nappies are designed to catch poos, designed to catch newborn poo, solid poos, blah, 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 blah. So on the inside of swim nappies, you'll find a lining of some kind. So there's a fine webbing in the Motheries, okay? In the Seedling Baby, they've also got a fine netting as well. And D, these are one size options, and I will show you those as well and why a sized option might be better. In the Bunnies, they've also got a netting. The netting is usually preferred compared to, because some swim nappies will use a suede cloth or a microfiche lining. The water can move easily through the netting instead of the suede cloth. Sometimes when you have the suede cloth lining, you get a bit of that bulky bum and you see the water sitting in the back. Do you know what I mean? And then when they sit down, it all just sort of comes out. That can actually cause loose poos because they're sort of sitting there and mixing around, just sort of leak out a little bit if you haven't realised they've done a poo. Ask your questions. Let me know if I haven't explained it very well. So that's why you see generally a netting, because it lets the water through a bit easier compared to your suede lining or microfleece. Alrighty. I was talking about covers. Now, can you use covers, your normal one size covers, whatever covers, as swim nappies? Yes, you can. So I had Candace asked if you could do this, but in particular the Grovire covers. Yes, you can, but they are not designed for the chlorine. The elastics and the materials aren't designed to take the chlorine and the salt and the abuse. So it's usually good to use these when you sort of got an old stash, or you're still like, I need to buy the new print and I'll use the old one for swimming. So you can use these. What you will notice though, between a cover and a swim nappy, is the groin is wider on the cover. So the cover here is the Grovire, and here is the Seedling baby. My kids are cracking it because they're going to bed. Okay, so you'll find the covers are wider through the bum, and that's also the rumperoos are being suggested as well, and also the baby behinds are great as swim nappies as well. They're covers, they work really well, really great because they're sized, but and again it's wider, okay, because there's nothing in there bulking it out for absorbency. So yes, you can, but just know they're not designed as a swim nappy, and it's not as trim. The other thing that we've had some feedback on, and I did find with Abby and Ali, who have sensitive skin, the PUL, if there's no lining, so that net lining you can find in your swim nappy, so this one's your swim nappy with your lining, if it hasn't got a lining on it, it can rub and cause a mark. So if they've got sensitive skin, just be aware that the PUL directly against the skin can cause a rubbing. Yeah, it's sort of like a tag at the back of a pair of like your swimmers, and you've been swimming and it's just been rubbing, if you've got sensitive skin. So just be aware of that. And I haven't found anything to really provide a lining to allow people to do that. All right, so you can use your covers, not a problem. Not a problem. Alrighty, you can use your pocket covers as well. So if you've got pocket nappies, they work really well, but they're not designed as swim. They're not designed as swim nappies. So the apple cheeks covers have been used as swim nappies, okay, but they're not designed as such. So these have that microfleece lining. Okay, so this will sort of fill with water a little bit more, and you get that full of water bum until it all comes out, all right, slowly but surely. But you can use these because there's a lining between the skin and the PUL, is what we found in a pinch when you need something else. Alrighty, there you go. So nappies are only designed to catch poo. Alrighty, there you go. Alrighty, sized or one-sized? Michelle asked this question, should we have sized or one size? It's really up to you. The benefit of sized, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to particularly worry about it. It just goes on and it's done. So like your size nappies, it goes on, you don't have to think. Really good. And you usually only need 1 or 2 pairs at each stage. So there's your size 1 for apple cheeks, and these are, I'll show you with this larger one, and you got a few size options as well. So you just really worry about the waist. That's it. And these are so super soft. So if you're looking for something a little bit more super soft, so these are the apple cheeks. These are the size 3, a bit bigger. They just really scrunch up. And I'll show you with one of the one size. So if you're looking for something really soft, so they're only designed to catch poo. So all you want to do is make sure you've got a really good seal around the leg, like in your nappies, and a seal around the waist. That's it, and you're fine. And when they do a poo, when when your child's done a poop, or you feel it through their back, or you're holding them underneath, all right, pop out, take it off, put it on. Sometimes it's easier with the size to do that. You can do it a little bit quicker and a bit more confidence. Confidently. All right, so up to you. Same as snap or Velcro, sized or one size. Now, one size, and also on size, you can get down to your very smaller sizings for littler bubs. Let's come on. For littler bubs. So that's about 3 or 4 kilos. And bubs don't swim. Some places take them from 8 weeks, I think. So it's totally. Alrighty. Okay, so one size. Now you can see on the seedling baby, the groin is much thinner, not as wide as the covers. And then it flares right out. And the whole inner has the lining and a bit of elastic at the back as well. Seedling babies sell well because they're really good. Really, really good. I'll put it down on the small setting. So size is great. So one size usually goes up to about 16 kilos. about that, depending on the size and shape of your kid. All right. Yeah, now the thing with sizes, you have to make sure, with one size, you have to make sure you have it sized appropriately. Okay, and you have a firm fit around the waist and the leg. Because what we're trying to stop is that poo getting into the water. You don't want to be that parent. You just don't. And they don't want to have to clean their pool again. Alrighty. There's one. This is the bummies ones that they get. I love these. These are the bummies ones. These ones, so sometimes parents will put a little bit of an insert in the swim nappy. So if you're only traveling 5 minutes down the road, you can put a little liner in it, or a little bit, a light little absorbency, and then sort of sneak that out the side before you get in the pool. So just a little bamboo booster or a little microfiber booster with a stay dry top. Don't put the microfiber against the bottom. And you can get a little bit of absorbency. So if they do a little wee before you get there, because it is a pain in the butt sometimes to change a child again if you're only 5 minutes down the road. But this is, bummies include a little bit of absorbency in a little pocket in the nappy, which I thought was very ingenious. So you can pop that in to the nappy, and if they do accidentally do a little wee, it's okay. And then you just sort of slip it out when it's time to swim. And lots of choice options too. Really nice. And a bit of back elastic. So there's a little bit of the mesh again. So that's the AWJ. So it's a bit meshy. So it stay dry. And we'll let the water through. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Now, a lot of who asked about, so Michelle, I hope that helps with sizing. Anna asked, are different types better for different ages, stages, and the rest of it? Now, I'm going to get into a little bit, I don't think it's quite special needs. No, it's not special needs. It's later on, but you've got these ones snap on and snap off. Okay, so these ones are great if you've got a prolific pooper or a bub who does loose poos. That's who these ones are really great for. Okay, and you're going to know that, and maybe for that newborn stage as well, when they're doing those just looser poos. But once they start on solids, if you have a bub who does a nugget, really good. Now, there are these from Splashabout. These are awesome. These are fantastic at containing any sort of poo. Now, they are a neoprene with firm, stretchy legs. Now, if your bub does do a loose one or a solid one in these, it is less likely to get out because you've got a bit more traveling distance through the leg, and it's a firm fit around the leg. And it's neoprene, so it's designed for the water, and they're slightly stretchy, and they've also got a stretchy waist. So these ones are great. Now, if you pull it down and you know they've done a nugget, it's easy to clean up. Some parents don't like if the child does do a loose one and pull it down, it can go down the legs and down their back. So just consider that in what you have and what you're getting. However, these are really good at containing, same as the Cloth Nappies, fantastic at containing. Now, the inside of these are the neoprene, so it's really soft. It's nice and soft. Okay, so like your wetsuits. The inside of we've only got a few of these close ones left, so they're $10. They've got a soft micro fleece on the inside, so really, really soft. So that also helps keep poo. So that lining also helps, even the netting helps keep the poos in place, especially if it's a bit of a loose one. It can sort of get caught in the net already. As bubs get older, okay, so into special needs, this is what we're looking at. We don't do a lot of the snap on, snap off, the older kids. You're looking at, these are neoprene, these also Splashabout, but around the leg, I hope you can see that sparkle in the light. There's something that keeps it in place in the leg, and it's stretchy. So the poo stays where it should do, and that's in the knees. So no matter what comes out, it's got a long way to travel, and that's what you're looking for. So we've got from the whole range. Where's that little one? Look at that. So this is for an older child, all right? But what I want you to take away is they all do the same thing, and that's contain poo. That's all you're looking for. How you do that is up to you. So I want you to think about, do I want snap? Do I want Velcro? Where's my child at developmentally? Make sure it's got a little bit of a lining to help keep that poo in place. What else do I want to tell you? Sized or one size? Size is easier to get the fit. Size is easier to get the fit. I have heard on the grapevine that some schools don't allow one size because parents can't get a good fit. Radio. There have been a few swim schools who say you can only use our swim nappy. That's a bit silly. I believe as long as you can show that your swim nappy that you're using has a good seal and isn't going to let poos out, it's fine. You can always put a pair of swim pants over the top, which a lot of parents do anyway, to put another set over. So I know for some schools they've got to wear 2 layers, so they wear this and swim pants for double layers. However, I don't know how you're going to get swim pants over that. They'd have to be quite long. Okay, so some swim schools do suggest 2 layers instead of 1. Yeah, and Rumperoos just advised me of this because I asked them about swim nappies. And they said, they're little learners are great swim nappies. And I thought, yes, fabulous. Make great swim nappies. And they're just starting an advertising campaign to educate parents, should put educate. But there's a little bit of absorbency in these as well. So if you're looking for something, because Bub always does a pee for some reason as you're traveling and they've just peed, okay, these could be good for you. So if you wanted something with a little bit of absorbency, you can do that. They're not too thick, not too heavy once they're wet in the water, as long as you've got a firm fit and firm seal around the leg, okay? So make sure you have that around the leg. And they pull up, pull down. The smaller ones do snap on and snap off. So if you wanted the double combo in the smaller sizes of snap on, snap off, and pull up, you can do that. That's it. It is really quite simple. So you want a choice between Velcro or snap. That's your first choice, really. Velcro or snap. Then you want to think about sized or one-sized. Okay, this is more economical. This can be more convenient. And at the end of the day, you only need 1 or 2 to work. And then do you want the snap on, snap off, or the pull up, pull down? And each have their benefits and each have their negatives, their inconveniences. So it's up to you. And or you could use what you already got there. So all you're trying to do is contain that poo. So if you are going to use one of your covers, make sure the PUL is still good, the elastics are still good, and you can catch that poo. That's all you're doing is catching poo. That's all you need to do. Okay, so if your child is ill, so I do remember, even now, you know, I do know you go, oh, they've done a poo, we've got to move. All right. I'll show you. You can do 2. So you get there. Some great options are there. The Planet Wise double pocket wet bags, wet dry bags. The front is just cotton. Put your dry bits in there. And then they've got a patent on their sewing to be leak proof. All right. It's not a bucket, but it shouldn't leak through the seam. Okay. If you got your wet stuff in there, all wrung out. Okay, so that's their small wet dry bag. Or if you're going with like the whole family to the beach, a lot of parents use this. They're bigger hanging wet bags, wet dry bags, and take these along. Yeah, fabulous. Fabulous. Alrighty. So that's swim nappies 101. Really easy. I hope that has been helpful. Alright, make sure you enter the competition to win the Roosie Love from Rumpa Roo, some Rumpa Roosie Rumpa Love. Cool. Make sure you enter. It's pinned to the top in the announcements. There you go. Pop up any questions you may have about any of the brands that we have here, any questions, even special needs, and we'll help you. We are still looking at a snap-on, snap-off option for special needs. They're really rare, really rare. But we do have a larger snap-on, snap-off option from Apple Cheeks that just needs to be larger again. Alrighty. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the questions. Happy swimming. Share some photos. Share some photos. We love them. All right. Have a wonderful night. Wonderful night. Bye.